Dear students, welcome once again to the online video recording classes related to UG first, second, third semesters. I'm going to present a topic related to communication, and the name of the topic is commercial communication skills. So we have different kind of skills. We come across soft skills. We come across the basic skills of learning a language like LSOW, and we have employable skills. So different types of skills. Today, I would like to share with you information related to commercial communication skills. And you know what communication skills are? Skills which are required to communicate with others. So today I'm going to share with you or tell you skills you require whenever you go to certain places in your daily life. So daily we go to a number of places. Besides going to college, we go to other places. We go to the bus stand, we go to a hospital, we go to a shop, or when you go to college, you go to a librarian. If there is a canteen, you go to a canteen. So we go to number of places. That is, we visit number of places. So on the screen, you can find three pictures. In the first one, you find somebody counting some currency notes. So you understand that it may be a bank. Next one is you find a train. So it is a railway station. Next one, you find a building where it is written as outpatient. So it is naturally a hospital. So generally we go to some places and I will show you some more slides. So the different places we visit. So in the first one, it is a shop. The second one is a bus stop, bus stand. Third one is a post office. And the fourth one is a cafeteria or a coffee shop. Fifth one is a college where you find students doing some activities on the college ground. And the last one is a library. So like this, we visit number of places during our daily life or in our routine life. And whenever we go to these places, that is, whenever we go to a bank, a railway station, a hospital, a shop, a bus stand, a post office, a cafeteria, college, or a library, we speak or we communicate with people there. So when we go to these places, we try to communicate with others. We try to speak to them. We try to give some information. That is called communication. So we communicate in all these places, but the way we communicate differs. We will not communicate in the same way because each place has got its own vocabulary. That is, we try to use a certain word related to certain places. So basically what we are doing, we are communicating because without communication, you cannot transfer information. You cannot convey information. You cannot express your problems. So therefore, communication is the soul of human existence. That is, communication is very important to lead a human life. Existence means life. So because communication is a special feature given to human beings. Therefore, what human beings will do? Human beings will try to communicate by making use of words or by making use of actions. So communication is there. Therefore, without communication, we cannot exist or human beings cannot live. Therefore, The slide shows that communication is the soul of a human existence. Soul means a very important part. The important part of a human existence is communication. సో మానవ జీవితంలో చాలా ప్రాముఖ్యమైనది ఏంటి? సంభాషణ, కమ్యూనికేషన్, సమాచారాన్ని అందించుట. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, in our daily life, just now I told you, we use English in different situations and places. That is, we go to different places. As I told you, in our daily life, we go to different places. We communicate with a number of people. So we communicate in a different situations. Therefore, in our daily life, we use English in a different situations and places. Let's see what these places are. So we'll start with a bank. That is, at a bank. So we go to banks. We have the habit of going to a bank. We generally go to banks. So whenever we go to a bank, we used to communicate. So to communicate, we'll be using our own language. Generally, we use our mother tongue. Sometimes in banks, you find people coming from other states. So you may not be knowing that their language. And the common language between the bank personnel and the customer becomes English. So they can communicate in English because sometimes you may not be knowing Hindi. You may not be able to speak Tamil, Malayalam, Oriya, Kannada, Bangla. You may not be knowing all these languages, but there is a common language between these two people. That is between the bank person and between the customer or you. Therefore, you can make use of English. And if you want to make purposeful communication, that is, if you want to make your words understood by the bank person, or if you want to communicate with the bank people, you are supposed to know certain words which are related to bank transactions. So whenever you go to a bank, you are supposed to know certain words. And without understanding those words, it becomes difficult for you to communicate. So now we are going to see what those words are. So the language or the words or the vocabulary that one has to make use in a bank or at a bank. So these are the general words we use, words in use. What is the first one? Generally, you know what account is, because whenever you go to a bank, they will ask you whether you are an account holder. That is, whether you have an account with the bank or not. And you give your account book or the passbook and ask for balance. So before drawing some money, you need to know what your balance is. So these days we have ATM machines. If you insert the card, if you put the card inside, you will be getting different kinds of information. So you can also know your balance. And banking. So what are you doing? So when you go to a bank, you're doing some activity, banking purpose. Why did you go outside? I went out for banking purpose. That is, I went to a bank to deposit some money or to draw some money or to know something about study loan, education loan, housing loan, other kinds of loans. That is called banking. And borrower, card holder, check, commission, counter, credit, customer, debit, deposit. So these words generally we come across whenever we go to a bank. Or if at all you think about a bank, or if at all you want to go to a bank, one has to be familiar with these words. ఇటువంటి పదాలు మాకు తెలిసి ఉండాలి, లేకపోతే ఏమవుతుంది, అక్కడికి వెళ్ళినాక మనకు అర్థమయ్యే పరిస్థితి ఉండదు, మనము అయోమయానికి గురయ్యే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది. We will not understand what to do without knowing these words. You cannot go to a bank and operate with your account. So we need to have an idea of these words. And I told you, borrower. Who is a borrower? We go to bank to take some loans. So people who take loans are called borrowers. And who will give us money? Bank will give us money. So bank becomes the lender and you become the borrower, or the customer becomes the borrower. And what is the next one? Card holder. So these days they are asking you about the cards. Do you have a credit card? Do you have a debit card? So who has this card is called a card holder. Card కలిగినవాన్ని ఏమంటాం English లో card holder. And next one, sometimes you need to pay money through checks because in the ATM machines you can draw amount only up to certain limit. So, but if you want to pay somebody above 50,000, above 1 lakh, so you cannot draw those money in the ATM machine. You can transfer to Google Pay. But if the person wants the money to be traded through bank transaction, then you have to give him a check. So that is called a check. What is a check? A check is a form of a bank document, which is like paper, which is given in a book, on which you write the amount, sign it, and give it to the person who has to be paid. Sometimes you pay money to bank through checks, or sometimes you pay to the contractor or someone who deals with you in business through checks. That is called check. And next one is a commission. What is commission? So whenever you apply for a demanded draft, that is called DD, or you want to send money to some other bank or to your friends, then bank will charge you with some extra amount. That is called commission. That is if you are transferring some 1 lakh rupee. So you have to pay 1 lakh and also with it some 500 rupees. That is, this extra 500 is called commission. And what is a counter? Counter means here you can find a counter. So you find a boy giving something to an officer sitting on the chair inside the chamber on the other side of the table. So this place is called a counter. So counter means the place where you go to talk to a clerk or an accountant or a cashier or the bank manager. So that is called a counter. Next one is credit. So we use these two words, credit and debit. Credit means that which you the bank. Debit means that which is deducted from your bank account. The amount you put into your account is called credit. The amount you take out from your account is called debit. Credit ante jama cheyadam, debit ante దాంట్లోకి వెళ్ళి తీసివేయడం. And customer. Who is a customer? A customer is a one who goes to bank to have a transaction. Who goes to bank to pay some money, to get a challan, to get a demand draft, or to get some documents from the bank. So the one who goes to bank to do this transaction is called a customer. So we are all customers, and the people who work in the bank are called the personnel, the bank officials. And next one is deposit. Already told you, you go to bank to put money and sometimes to draw money. So if you put money in the bank, it is called deposit. So interest. If you have money in your account, then bank will pay you some interest. If you put your money in a fixed deposit form, it is for 1 year, 24 months, 36 months, 5 years. For that, the bank will give you some interest. That is called additional amount you get. At the end of 5 years, if you deposit some 2 lakh rupees, you will get some interest also. That is 2 lakh plus 10,000. So this additional amount is called interest. మనకు అదనంగా వచ్చే డబ్బు. And next one is mortgage. What is the spelling of the word MORTGAGE? That's called mortgage. Mortgage, if you want a loan from the bank, yeah, okay, they will ask you to put something as security. How can we give you? You can take a gold loan, or you can put your property in the bank and get the loan. సో మనకున్న ఆస్తిని బ్యాంకుకు పెట్టేసి దానికి బదులుగా మనము రుణం తీసుకోవడం అంటే ప్రక్రియను ఏమంటాం ఆ విధంగా పెట్టడాన్ని మార్ట్గేజ్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఓవర్ డ్రాఫ్ట్. ఓవర్ డ్రాఫ్ట్ మీన్స్ సమ్టైమ్స్ బ్యాంక్ విల్ గివ్ యూ money in advance. Example, this month you have to take only 2 lakhs and next month they will pay you 2 more lakhs. But if you want to take those 4 lakhs now, sometimes they will give you a chance of overdraft. Overdraft means that money will not be there in your account, but you will draw it and that facility is given to bank and next month that amount will be deposited in the bank account. That is called overdraft. అంటే అదనంగా మనము డబ్బు తీసుకోవడం overdraft. Next is passbook. So anyone with an account in the bank, they will be given 2 books. One is a passbook, other one is a checkbook. So passbook is the one where you find the details of deposit and withdrawal. మనం వేసిన డబ్బు మనం తీసుకున్న డబ్బు వివరాలన్నీ కూడా దేంట్లో ఉంటాయి పాస్బుక్ లో ఉంటాయి. ఇప్పుడు అంటే లిస్ట్ గా మనకు ఏటీఎం వచ్చేది కాబట్టి వీ కెన్ గెట్ ఎ స్లిప్, దట్ ఈస్ పాస్బుక్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ పేయింగ్ ఇన్ స్లిప్. పేయింగ్ ఇన్ స్లిప్ మీన్స్ సో ది form in which you fill the amount and give it to the bank to deposit is called pay in slip. How you pay with the help of a slip, that is called paying in slip. It will be sometimes a withdrawal form, sometimes a check. Okay. Savings. Savings means manakunna jama. That is whatever amount you put in the bank, your principal amount with interest. That is called savings. Update. Update means so every month you go to your bank to find out how much money is there. And for this you take the passbook also. And the counter, the person who is sitting on the counter will give the details. Sometimes now they will put in the machine. You will get the latest information. How much amount is there in your account? That is called update. Next, statement. Statement is whenever you want to know the transaction details of your account. Suppose if you are working in a college, so the college principal wants to know how much money is put in the bank and how much money is taken on a daily basis regularly or for the last 2 months. Then they apply for statement. So you will get the statement. Statement means what? A long piece of paper where you find the details of your debit and credit account details. Next one is a strong room. So in bank you have a room called the strong room. Okay. There is a room in the bank called the strong room. And what is the use of this room? So if you think that there is no security in your house, ఇంట్లో కొన్ని వస్తువులు పెట్టుకోవడము అంత భద్రత కాదు అనుకుంటే, then you go to a bank and you take an application and you will apply for a locker. You apply for a locker. Sir, I want a locker because I want to deposit or I want to put my valuable things, my certificates and all this in the bank because there is safety in the bank. I don't stay at home. I generally travel. So I think it is not good if I put these in my house. So for that you apply for a locker. And in a bank, you have a number of lockers, 100 and above 100, depending the number of account holders and who apply for it. So the place where you find the lockers is called a strong room. So strong room is a place in the bank where you store or where you preserve all valuable things. So for the locker, you have two keys. One key will be the bank, another key will be with the customer. So whenever you go to the bank to find out, operate, first you have to put the key, then the bank treasurer or manager will come and put his key, then only it will open. So the locker cannot be opened with a single key. So these are the different kinds of rooms, strong room. Next one is a withdrawal. Withdrawal means to take money from your account. Withdraw అంటే లోపల ఉన్న డబ్బును బయటకు తీసుకోవడం, withdraw. బయట ఉన్న డబ్బును అకౌంట్ లో వేయడము, డిపాజిట్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ది థింగ్స్ వి యూస్. సో నౌ యూ ఫైండ్ సమ్ సెంటెన్సెస్. సో వెన్ ఎవర్ వి గో టు ఎ బ్యాంక్, హౌ టు టాక్ టు ది బ్యాంక్ పీపుల్, because till now I have shown you certain words. So now I'll be showing sentences, how we are going to use those words in the form of a sentence. So in the first slide, you find two people on one side and another person. That is, they are in a bank, they are talking to the bank people. So why did they go to the bank? You can find in the statement. I would like to open an account. So the boy with his mother went to the bank to open an account. So when you go to a bank to open an account, they will ask you about your details, whether the boy has the required age or not. So if he did not reach 18 years, then account will be given, but who will be the guarantor for that? Parents. So parents will operate. But once you cross 8 years, you become an account holder, then you can operate your own accounts. Next one. Could you tell me my balance, please? So first is, why do you go to a bank? We go to bank to open an account. And why do we go to a bank? Once we open an account, we would like to know the position of our accounts. Balance, how much money is there? How much I should draw? How much I should pay? So that is called a balance. So he is asking a request. What is the request? Could you tell me my balance, please? దయచేసి నా బ్యాలెన్స్ చెప్పగలరా? So this is how you have to make a request in the bank. So here you find the words open account. Next is balance. So these words already we discussed. Next one is passbook. I told you. So whenever you go to a bank every month, these pensioners they come, or these Anganwadi teachers, or the women in villages, they have some accounts, they have some money given by government, Upadi, Pathakam. Okay, so regularly they go to bank and they will give the passbook to get it updated. So update your passbook immediately for further transactions. So when you go to your bank, so what does the bank people will say? Go to the machine and put your passbook in the machine. Then your information will be updated. Then you will know how much money is there in your account. Then come to me. So if there is amount, you can withdraw. If there is no amount, you cannot withdraw, you can deposit. So there we use a book called passbook. Next is paying slip. Paying slip means whenever you pay some amount, okay, for a challan or to get a demand draft, we write the details in a slip and we give the slip along with the money. So in that slip, you have two parts. So the original part will be taken by the bank people. And there is one other, okay, challan like thing. That is a slip. So you can keep it with you. A counter slip will be there for proof to show that you have paid so much on the so and so date in the bank. So that kind of slip is called paying slip. So whenever you pay some amount, they will give you a slip. and they will ask you to come after half an hour or 1 hour. So by the time they will make the demand draft ready. Demand draft means you want to send some amount to a college or to your friend. So you have to send it in the form of a draft. That is called a demand draft. అది దాని ద్వారా మనకు అమౌంట్ పంపగలుగుతాం. సో వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు, డిమాండ్ డ్రాఫ్ట్ తీసుకెళ్ళి ఆ బ్యాంకులో చూపిస్తారు. చూపిస్తే they will get the money. So you can pay the fee through demand draft. Now we are going to pay the fee through online e-seva me-seva. So the pay slip is a slip or a challan like thing which you find in the bank. Next is you also find certain words. You use certain words like savings statement. So what about your savings? Did you get the statement? So here you find a book. What is that? Details of savings. It is a kind of a statement. We get it updated. If you are individual, we take the help of a passbook. If it is a college, they will get the entire bank statement and those things are entered in the passbook. So I need a statement of my savings. Every month we go to bank to know how much you have saved in the bank. For that, you need a statement. That is, they will give you printed statement, whether it is for 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. Next is if you want to pay money. So where to pay the money? In a counter, and that counter is called cash counter. So you go to the bank and you are asked you where to pay this money, or you want to find out where the cash counter is. They will tell you the last one is a cash counter. If the amount is up to 50,000, you can pay in one counter. Or if the amount is more than 50,000, you can pay, go to the last counter. So counter is a place where money transactions take place. Next one, you are using a check. Just now I told you, if you have to draw or you have to pay more than 50,000 or above 1 lakh, so you have to make use of a bank document, a transaction document that is called check. So you will get a checkbook, and for the checkbook you have to pay some extra to the bank. So this checkbook in which you find papers, those papers are called leaves of the checkbook. 24 leaves, 36 leaves, depending on the use, how many times you use in a month, we will take a checkbook. So by using a check, what you do, you can withdraw money. So here he is writing the details and he will withdraw the money. Next is withdrawal. So when you don't have a checkbook or when you fail to carry a checkbook, so you can ask for a withdrawal form. You can make a request, sir, today I did not bring my checkbook. So can I have a withdrawal form, please? Sometimes the bank people may give, sometimes they may say no. So the form used to withdraw money is called withdrawal form. When you use it, if you do not have a checkbook, sometimes bank will not give you checkbook. Then you will be using withdrawal form. Bank will give you checkbook, but you have forgotten. Then you can make use of withdrawal form that is used to withdraw money. Next one, they gave you money. Now what happened? You want to pay money to the construction workers, to the mestri, to the coolie, you have to pay. So now you need smaller amount of money. Bank will give you large amount. That is, they will give you thousands, 2,000, 5,000 like that. But you want tens, fifties, hundred. So then you ask for smaller notes. How to ask? Could you give me some smaller notes? Could you give me some smaller notes? That is, you give me bigger ones, but I want smaller notes. చిల్లర ఖర్చులకు కావాలి, కూరగాయలకు ఇవ్వాలి, ఫ్రూట్స్ వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వాలి. So I want a smaller currency. So then he asks you, how would you like the money? ఎట్లా ఇస్తే బాగుంటుంది నీకు? So you again give the answer in a tens, please. So instead of giving me 1,000 rupee notes. I request you to give me 10 rupee notes. So instead of 1,000 rupees, you will take 10 rupee notes. So that is how we have to make a request. Next is, I would like to cancel a check. So you gave a check to someone, but now you want to give money only. You don't want to pay through check. Then what will you do? You have to cancel the check. So whatever check is there, you will draw, you will strike it off, again you sign. So once you strike it off, it becomes cancelled. So cancel a check, withdraw money, cancel a check. So these are the words which we use when we go to a bank. Next one, here we find a conversation. Conversation means sambhashana. Iddar majalo conversation. Okay. Uh, so what is the conversation about? This conversation is between a customer and a bank employee. So you went to the bank to draw money or deposit money or take some loan or have some details about education loans or personal loans. So then you go to a bank. And how do you start the conversation? You can see the customer here. Customer means the one who goes to the bank, or people like you, customer. Good morning. Can I cash a check here? So why did the customer went to the bank? The customer went to the bank with a check. Now he wants to deposit the check and get money in return. So what are the words he is using? Can I cash a check here? That is it possible for me to deposit the check and get cash in return? Can I cash a check here? Next, counter clerk says. So the clerk who is sitting there, who is sitting in the counter, is called a counter clerk. So what does he say or she say? Please go to the first counter on the left side. So if you want to deposit a check and get money, you can go to the last or the first counter. Where is the first counter? On the left side. Customer, excuse me, I want to get this check cashed. So he goes to the uh, respective counter where he can get money. So there, how does he talk? Excuse me. First ఏం చెప్పాడు? Good morning. ఇప్పుడు నాడు excuse me, because the person there is busy. So whenever you want to talk to someone who is busy, you should not disturb them, but we can request them by using the words excuse me. Excuse me, I want to get this check cashed. So he's not saying, can I cash the check here? So he says, I want to get this check cashed. That is, I want to convert this check into money, or I want to deposit this into my account and you pay me money. Cashed. Counter clerk. Yes, sir. Please sign on the back of your check. So he gives a check. And what does the clerk say? You sign it on the back side of the check. That is, we want to know whether you are the correct person or not. Because already your sign is there, but now we want to check whether it is the real or the correct customer or not. So they will ask for you to sign on the back of your check. Next one, here we find customer service. In the bank, you find two slides, and these two slides are related to customer service. Customer service means if you go to big banks, if you go to corporate banks or private banks like HDFC, ICICI, or any other bank like chartered bank like that, there you find a special counter, and that counter is meant for customer service. So వచ్చిన వాళ్ళకు వాళ్ళు సమాధానం ఇవ్వడానికి ఒక సర్వీస్ ఉంటుంది. That is called customer service counter. And what will the people do? అక్కడ చూడండి వర్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. We provide excellent customer service. We provide excellent customer service. That is, we will help you. how to do, what to do, where to go, when to come again, how to transact. So these things are related to what? Customer service. Next one, you go to a bank with a demand draft. Just now, somebody went to a bank with a check. Now we find someone with a demand draft. So what is the question he is asking? Where can I get a demand draft? So he went to the bank. He wants to get a demand draft. Why we need a demand draft? To pay fee. Generally, people do not take money. They want to take money in the form of a demand draft. Demand means man adute iche draft ne untam draft. Why? Demand draft you can show it for transactions, official transaction. అధికార పరంగా ఇక్కడ డబ్బు మార్పిడి జరిగింది అని చెప్పడానికి ఉన్న ప్రూఫ్ ఏంటి? డ్రాఫ్ట్. రైట్. వే కెన్ ఐ గెట్ ఎ డిమాండ్ డ్రాఫ్ట్? ఎక్కడ నేను డిమాండ్ డ్రాఫ్ట్ తీసుకోగలను? దట్ ఈస్ ఇక్కడ ఇస్తారా, పక్క కౌంటర్కి వెళ్ళాలనా? సో విచ్ కౌంటర్? హి ఆస్. నెక్స్ట్, వాట్ ఈస్ ది bank's commission? I told you, to get a demand draft, the bank may charge you some extra money. That is, if you want to get a demand draft for 10,000, you have to pay some 100 or 200 extra money. That is called commission. And next one is here you find two people. They are shocked, they are surprised. Okay, they are in some trouble. Why? I have lost my credit card. So these two words we use in bank, credit card. So, okay, credit card means the card which we are going to use to pay to certain things. Like you go to a shop, you buy some kirana. So you want to pay through card without money. But that money is not there in your account. Somebody will pay money on their behalf to you. So that kind of money is called credit. So the bank will give you money and again you have to pay to the bank. So that card is called a credit card. So what happened here? They lost, or he lost his credit card. Next, where is the nearest ATM? So to draw money, you have to go to a bank. But these days, there is no need to go to bank for smaller amounts. You can go to the ATM center. ATM means, which is used for transacting money. So you will ask, where's the nearest ATM? Ekkada naaku ATM undi daggarlo, right? Automatic teller machine. ATM means what? Automatic teller machine. Sometimes we call anytime money. So he's asking for ATM. Next is, I told you, mortgage. చూస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ అంత డిస్కషన్ అవుతుంది. పక్క దాంట్లో ఏముంది? ఇల్లు ఉంది, కింద మనీ ఉంది. సో if you want to get some loan, the bank will ask you to deposit something, whether it may be gold or whether it may be some documents or whether it may be some house papers. So ఇల్లును గిరివి పెట్టడాన్ని ఏమంటాం ఇంగ్లీష్ లో? mortgage. So they are discussing with the different conditions of mortgage. ఎట్లా మనము mortgage ద్వారా డబ్బు తీసుకోవచ్చు. అందుకని ఏమంటున్నారు ఇక్కడ? Sir, may I know the terms of mortgage? May I know the term of mortgage? సో లోన్ తీసుకోవాలి, ఇంటి పేపర్లు తాకట్టు పెట్టి లోన్ తీసుకోవాలంటే ఏం చేయాలనో చెప్పగలరా? సో టర్మ్స్ mortgage. తాకట్టు పెట్టడాన్ని ఏమంటాం ఇంగ్లీష్ లో? mortgage. Next one is a card holder. Just now I told you, we have credit cards, we have debit cards. Credit card means, so amount will be paid later, but you will get the amount from the bank. Debit card is amount will be directly deducted from your account. అప్పటికప్పుడే మన అకౌంట్ లో డబ్బులు ఉంటే వెళ్ళిపోతాయి. కానీ క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్ కి మన అకౌంట్ డబ్బులతో పని లేదు. బ్యాంక్ వాడు కడతాడు, తర్వాత మనం బ్యాంక్ వానికి చెల్లించాలి. సో యు గో టు యువర్ బ్యాంక్ అండ్ హౌ డు యూ స్పీక్? I am a credit card or debit card holder of this bank. సో మీ బ్యాంక్ సంబంధించిన, మీ బ్యాంక్ తో క్రెడిట్ కార్డు ఉంది నాకు, మీ బ్యాంక్ ఇచ్చిన డెబిట్ కార్డు, ఏదో ఒకటి చెప్తాం. Do you accept credit card for money transaction? So now I want to pay some money or I want to transfer some money through your bank. నేను డబ్బులు తీసుకొని రాలే, ఏం తెచ్చాను? కార్డు తెచ్చాను. మరి కార్డు ద్వారా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తారా? కార్డు ద్వారా నా అకౌంట్లోకి మనీ పంపుతారా? కార్డు ద్వారా వేరే వాళ్ళ అకౌంట్లోకి మనీ పంపుతారా? So this is how we speak whenever we go to a bank. So what are the terms we used here? Card holder, credit card, debit card, money transaction. Okay. And sometimes you go to bank to deposit. Deposit means I told you, jama cheyadaniki. Please deposit your money at the second counter. నా దగ్గర కాదండి, పక్క కౌంటర్ పోండి, అక్కడ మీరు జమ చేసుకోవచ్చు. And here you find what a strong room is. So in the first slide you find the strong room, and in the second slide you find the locker. So locker is something which will be given to the customer, and he opens it and puts the things in the locker. తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తారు, అన్ని చెక్ చేసుకునే వాళ్ళు ఆ రూమ్ డోర్ ను బంద్ చేస్తారు. సో దిస్ రూమ్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ రూమ్. And what are the words we use here? He wants to operate the locker. Guide him to the strong room. So manager says to the cashier, the customer wants to operate the locker. Locker operate చేస్తాడంట, కాబట్టి ఏం చేయాలి? Guide him to the strong room. ఇతని strong room తీసుకెళ్ళు. So they will have a register. In that you have to write your name, your signature, your mobile number, time. Then only you can go inside. So these are the words related to bank. That is, whenever we go to a bank, we are supposed to communicate with the people there. So to communicate, we need certain vocabulary. So without that vocabulary, you cannot operate, or you cannot transact, or you cannot get your work done. సో బ్యాంకుకు వెళ్ళినప్పుడు బ్యాంకులో వినియోగించే పదాలు మాకు తెలియాలి. ఇంగ్లీష్లో తెలవడం మంచిది, బికాస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఈజ్ విత్ ఇంగ్లీష్. And the common language for communication between the bank people and the customer is English. So as students, since we have to learn English, we should know these kind of words whenever you go to a bank. I think today we'll stop here. So in the next video, we will see other places and what language we are going to use there. Till then, goodbye.